Some of you have put comments on my channel about the recent news of Niner filing for Chapter 11. And since I'm a Niner fan, I've used a lot of their bikes over the years. I've really enjoyed their innovation. I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts. First of all, the good news is Niner is not going out of business. They're restructuring the company. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But my first experience with Niner, I test rode a Jet 9, one of the aluminum ones, way back when, and it was one of the first 29ers that I got to ride, and I really enjoyed the geometry of that bike. And that's one thing that I've really appreciated about Niner over the years is I think they really understand 29er geometry. And it's been really cool to kind of see their innovation over the years. And just in the past couple of years, they've revamped the Rip 9, the Jet 9, come out with the carbon gravel bike, the RLT 9 RDO. So I appreciate the innovative ideas that Niner has, and I think we're going to see those continue. In fact, I think we're going to see the company grow even more. The bike industry right now, I think, is undergoing quite a shuffle. I mean, just in the past week, I read that Intense Cycles is now going consumer direct, and other brands overseas, and maybe even one or two in the US, have switched to consumer direct. They say that the prices of bikes are going to fall. So it's a real interesting time right now with the bike industry, and there's a lot of waters that have to be navigated by companies like Niner. I mean, Niner is more of a boutique brand, so they don't have the huge market cap like Specialized and Giant and Trek have. So they have to be real. I'm sure it takes just a lot of navigation and understanding the market, understanding the business. So, I kind of feel for companies right now that are going through these kind of, restructuring or just having to really reevaluate their business in light of the changes today. So if you haven't read, they have a good article on their website. It's titled "In It for the Long Haul," and then when you go into it, it says Niner plans for next big ride, announces partnership. So again, if you haven't heard, they had to file Chapter 11 to restructure the business. I guess it was the best way for them to do it. They have some new investors, some new people coming in and giving capital to make the business continue, and I really think become more innovative. I mean, to run a business, there's a few main things you need. You need some innovative ideas, you need good people, and you need money. And so it sounds like what Niner's doing is they're restructuring so that they have more capital to do what they need to do. Now, I actually got to visit Niner headquarters a couple months ago, if you didn't see that video, and I really was impressed by the company. One is everybody's a rider. Everybody gets it. Everybody understands cycling. They're not all free ride. They're not all cross country. There's a nice mix of riders there. Chris Sugai he rides. I mean, it's cool to see a company. And if you watch that video, you're probably like me. Like, I want to work there. I mean, it's a really cool place to work. Really cool vibe. Obviously, a great location. Fort Collins. I love Fort Collins, Colorado. So. A really great company. Now, what do I think about them continuing? Like I said, I think they are. In fact, I just ordered a new Niner. It's for my new project. I'm not going to talk too much about the project, but I'm getting the RLT 9 RDO, and the project is going to be a really in-depth head-to-head comparison of a cyclocross bike and a gravel bike, because that's still kind of debatable, the differences, and do you need both or who needs both, that kind of thing. So I'm really going to dive in to that comparison. So that's my next big project. Now, I bought the bike. Okay, it's not like Niner sends me a bike for free. I use my hard-earned cash to get the bike, just like I did with the other projects, the Project 275 Plus, the mid versus high price trail bike. I fork out the money for those bikes. So I wouldn't do that to get a gravel bike if I didn't think that Niner was going to continue. because they say they're going to continue their honoring the warranties, all that. So they say in the article that it's just business as usual. I mean, they're not having to let off employees. They're just continuing their business as usual, just restructuring. One thing that I like about Niner 2, and this is why I got the RL29 RDO. I have access to some other brands, Specialized, Giant, but I really like the specs that Niner does on their bikes. They use off-the-shelf components, off-the-shelf SRAM or Shimano, off-the-shelf wheels. So that the one I'm getting has Stan's Grail wheels. Those are the exact wheels I would go out and buy if I were building up a gravel bike. I'm getting the 3-star build, so it's the Rival. Just straight off the shelf components, and their house brand components are good. I love their saddles. The handlebars are good. I love the seat posts. They're carbon seat posts. So I really like the specs that Niner does on their bikes. It's not like proprietary stuff. And of course the frame is good. I test rode that bike when I was at Fort Collins and absolutely loved the way that bike rode. And again, I'll go more into the project. I won't talk too much more about that, but stay tuned. I'm getting the bike in about a week, so it's going to be cool. So yeah, there you go. Just wanted to give my thoughts on the news of Niner filing for Chapter 11. Like I said, I'm actually excited for the company. I'm excited to see their innovative ideas with more funding. So if you're worried about, if you have a Niner or you think about getting a Niner and you're worried about the company, honestly, I wouldn't be. I mean, I wouldn't be telling you that if I didn't think so. I wouldn't be buying another Niner if I thought they would be going out of business. They're not. So again, excited about the company. Those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.